Welcome back. Last time we looked at the money leaving your account automatically. Those subscriptions, auto drafts, recurring payments that often go unnoticed, or worse, catch you off guard by surprise. Well, today we're moving to the next category. These are the bills you have to remember to pay yourself. Again, these are part of the MoneyRx formula. Each exercise will help you see your money a little bit clearer, and by the end, you'll have a much better understanding of where it's really going. So grab your pen and paper and let's get started. So last week, we got into automatic obligations. Now, I'm going to be using that word a lot, but what I really mean is bills, e-bills. I'm looking at a stack of mail here, so we're going to get into that today. But the idea is we've got these obligations, things that we've got to pay, overhead, that either come out of our account paid automatically because we checked off a little box that authorized that third party to do that, or we're responsible for paying it, which that's kind of my favorite way at first, to be fair, for me, especially because it helps me get the wiring of when stuff is due and get into a habit of doing it. Then I can delegate. And so that's what we're going to be doing today, which is all about our obligations that come through the mail. Is anyone still getting mail, like paper mail? Let me just show you what I'll be working through today. Now, this is not 1 month. This is actually a few months, all right, which is crazy. I used to have more than this a month before I went paperless. If you're getting mail, I want to give you some best practices to get through the mail. And I know this is kind of ancient, old school, but I've been around for a minute, so it's possible that people do still get mail. I'm doing this to honor the system where that started this whole thing, my little pocket planner started with the mail, okay? Because personally, I had mounds of it, more month than money, you've heard me say. And so the idea with this is to get through it, face it, number one. It's really hard to face money matters when you don't have enough money to pay. I can relate to that. So it was hard to face it. And I had business matters, business finances, personal finances. So praise God, I'm not there now. But this is for anyone who could be. You want to have a system. And so I came up with a little way to face it, number one, and then get through it. And so step one, notice how I have it all together here. I'm going to recommend you have a place for your money. And I have a drawer over there that I've been saving this, okay? Do not deal with money matters throughout the week if you're in business. That's just my personal recommendation, especially if it's stressful things, because it will throw off your mojo and could cost you a sale. We want to focus on our business. We want to focus on income producing activities. As we're building, we still have to take care of the personal. So this for us is our weekly date with our mail. I think that's important to know. Okay, if I'm not going to deal with it today, when am I going to deal with it? So you're here, or whenever you're watching this replay, that would be a great time to just say, I'll deal with the mail at that time. Now, that's step one. Step two, if you remember from last week, you remember these logs that we were dealing with or using, okay, as we went through our ACH, but these were all of the automatic transactions that came out of one account, okay? So that's what that first worksheet is about. These we're going to work on today, the weekly planner, okay? This is what we're going to do with this mail. It's really exciting, trust me. But every time we logged an ACH, it could have been a business expense, and you could see full-time business here. Not making it up. Look at all of these business expenses. And then, of course, no debts. As I said last week, I don't let any debts get auto paid at all. I don't authorize that. That's one thing in my mind, and it's because I pay off the debt every month, or at least want to see the balance to make sure. And then, of course, insurance, very little of that on that particular statement, but this is one for insurance. So we call these the logs. So when we're talking about the mail, I'm going to go through as a first step and sort this mail by log. I'm going to get, now I'm not opening it yet. Notice what's happening. This is a system. So I'm going to, first thing here, it's banking. That's going to be an additional area. Any banking mail, we want to make sure we pay attention to it, especially if it's coming in between statements. Okay? I think everybody knows what that means. You want to look at that because you want to take action on it before it gets worse. This is debt. This is that credit card statement that I forgot I could do get a paper statement. I could have used this last week, but I had my mail set to the side. So that's going to be a stack. And I have a whole course on this, so I'm not going to go through it here. I'm going to make it available if y'all want it. Okay. It's called Mail Mastery. And I'm telling you, I got heaps of mail and I'm getting through it in 30 minutes right there on camera. Mail Mastery. I don't promote it because, again, times changed on me. But if that's something that you want, you'll see detail of what I'm doing here. Health insurance. See what's going on? Health insurance. So insurance is a log. We're separating all our insurance. Debt is a log. We're separating all of our debt mail. Banking, as I've already said, we're doing that. And I don't know if you remember, I might have mentioned this back in January. I was getting texts about an overdue medical bill, which didn't make sense. Well, sure enough, it showed up in the mail. They had the wrong address. So once I changed it, they're sending it to me, but I already know about it. Final notice. I mean, nobody likes to get those, but that's why we have a system designed to help you take action. So those are really the first things. And then as a last thing, I recommend once you've got it sorted into those piles, open it all at once. Don't open and read something. Open and read something. Just go through, and I'll give you a little demo here. I like to do this, but again, I've got the whole course on it. You're just opening it and getting rid of the filler, because that's another thing that makes mail scary. It's not that much in here, but it's just a lot of stuff. Like the envelope, I'm going to open it and put it to the side. I'm not looking at it yet. I'm putting it back to the side. That makes sure what? We opened it. We faced the mail. Now, and I'm laughing, but it wasn't a funny time. I remember that. But can you see how this can help you take action on your mail? Like, at least get one step further taking action. Drop a comment in the chat if you think that can help you do that. I still get mail. Don't check the mailbox often enough. Okay, I love that you said that. Thank you for that comment, because you're not alone. I need to go pick up my mail right now. I, for years, have been doing this, by the way, because when I started traveling, I started getting additional offices. I didn't want my mail sitting at my residence. So I use the mailbox carriers. Basically, all my mail is sitting there. When I get ready to face my mail, I go get it. That's kind of what your comment is saying. Let it sit there. It's okay. But please, though, have a time in the mail? That's a great question. All right. We do get mail for some bills. A lot are e-notifications, and we manually pay. Okay, I love that, because that's the segue into our time of work. And so to answer that weekly notification is this. Okay. And I'm going to be honest, I hate email, even though it makes me a lot of money. I'm not an email person. I have multiple email accounts, though. Thank God I have one just for clients. That's the one I work out of. I don't have e-notifications coming through that account about my bills. I don't, which is calming. Can you see how I can stay focused on my business because I don't have that happening? Let's think about that. I got a Yahoo account. Matter of fact, I got two accounts. If it's bills, when I finally went to e-bills, I put that email. So I have to go digging for the bill, like, search the vendor, and all their bills show up. Does that make sense? Look, email is the new this, in my opinion. Email is the new this. So here's what happens. When you get that notification, have a folder set up in, let's use me for an example, the Yahoo account. Have a folder set up by vendor. Think about that. That's where your inbox becomes your new mailbox. If that makes sense. You got to get organized. And because even there's so much junk in there, it's promotions, it's good stuff, but then it's just, yeah. So have your vendors, when that notification comes and you open it, just in your phone. Typically, it's probably, we're going to look at it in our phone. Go ahead right there on the phone and just put it in the folder on your phone. They allow you to file it. So file it on your phone. That way you have it available when it comes this time for the week. I figured out a way to work backwards with the e-bill, and that's what I'm going to show you, and that's what we're going to work on with these weekly planners, okay? Okay, now once you have your mail sorted, you want to create 4 separate lists. on 4 different pages. Each page represents 1 week of the month. You want to date your pages by week, starting from Monday to Sunday until you end up with 4 for the calendar month. If there's a 5th week, just combine it with the 4th. Here's some of the things you want to have on your pages as separate columns. You want to have the vendor's name, the amount of the bill, the due date, the date it was paid, and then, of course, if it's a debt, business, or insurance item, make sure to add it on those other pages as well. You remember the monthly logs, one for debt, one for business, one for insurance, just like we saw in our last video. And then, of course, if you need to take some action, make a phone call, go see the person, make an appointment, make a note to do that too, and have that as a separate part of that page. First of all, this is garbage. See what I'm saying? This is why we need to face the mail. This is garbage. Look at that. Now, this is stressing us out, and it's nothing. It's filler paper, it's envelopes, it's all the extra stuff they want to put in. Look, this is banking, debt. That goes in debt too. Insurance. Look at this. This is what all of that was. And that's what I realized too. It's like, wow, this stack of mail stressing me out. It's not even that much. And this is tax document. Do you see what's going on there? So this is why we do this. This is why we do this. Okay, let me see the questions. Do I put the collection debt on there that I'm not paying yet? Yes, absolutely. Because what I did, you remember I said, I just got a text from them telling me I owe them $800, threatening text for lab work. So I put that on my to-do list that week, hospital, and I wrote that phone number on that to-do list. See what I'm saying? And I got a praise report on that. They were saying I owed 800. I'm down to 141 because I took action on that. And I guess that's probably my deductible, whatever. Fine, I'll pay it. So just listen. Even if we can't pay it, our job is to face it. This stewardship, this is stewardship. Even if we don't have the money, do you see what I'm saying? We still have to face tough things and get through it. I'm just trying to help you do it in a way where it doesn't consume your life. And it can. Money matters can consume you and stress you out. So let's just do our part. What is our part? Our part is to look at it, log it, face it. You can't fix what you don't face. But can you imagine, okay, you face it all, and now we're into a new month and it's coming at you. You've already seen it. You know, it's like when the officers apprehend a suspect, the first thing they say is, put your hands out where I can see them. They do that so they can get control of the situation, right? That's what we're doing. We're getting control of the situation, which is why I tell people if we can get off autopay for a little bit, let's do it. You know, if things are challenging, it's about getting control. Then once you get control and it's coming at you again, it's not so stressful because you've seen it before. Yeah. And by month 3, let me tell you, you're going to be like, whatever, I'll deal with it. But it's not going to be, you're going to be working with purpose. I mean, that's what happened for me. And I've worked with clients through that. At least you know what to pray for. Now you can set some goals, write it down. You see, right. Okay. Are y'all ready to work? Fair enough? Weekly to-do list. All right. Thank you.